Pay attention, creepy weirdo.
I would like a strong, powerful woman to protect me.
He'll fight for America.
Yeah, Poopy Square. The Playable Characters Podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Playable Characters
Podcast.
I am Brian McGinnis. To my left,
Calvin Cato.
Yes, and this is a great episode we have for you.
5,000 of the quarantine. How are you doing? Quarantine.
I'm good. Not sick. Are you?
Not sick. Well, I'm sick of this, but I'm not sick. Period.
Reels. As someone who never left the house anyway, now that my wife and kid are here, it kind of sucks. They're ruining my life. They are my daily activities of playing Animal Crossing and doing nothing else. But they're home now, which is not fun. So, but anyway.
And if you're home and if you received a stimulus check, think about maybe kicking a couple bucks our way. We have a Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/playablepodcast.
There you go. And did you get a good stimulus check? Did you get it right? You got it the regular one? You didn't get it yet?
We'll have to talk offline. It's a whole mess.
I got the married one plus a kid. Boom.
Lucky you. I got a please fill out this form and or check back in to the site that keeps crashing. So it's been great.
Oh my God. So excited for today's guests, plural. Yes. All right. They're from, I believe, one of the most popular franchises. There's about 600 entries in this series.
Including spin-offs and more spin-offs in comic books.
They come out every 6 weeks, I believe, a brand new 40-hour game. I've been playing this since day one. So I've been playing since the PS3. I have, which I heard is amazing. But we have with us two assassins from Assassin's Creed. I'm so excited. Let's welcome them in. How are you guys? How are you doing?
Good. Oh, I'm doing splendid, baby. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I didn't expect that accent. Very nice. You guys sound so pleasant.
So what are your names?
You want to go first, Sweetness?
Well, they call me Anime. That's what they call me. My name is called Anime. I didn't get a last name because I'm a slave. We didn't get the last names back in the day.
Okay. And sir?
You could call me Jackson Hennessy Brown.
Is it Jackson Hennessy Brown or just Jackson Hennessy Brown?
Just Jackson Hennessy Brown. I'm from I'm from Assassin's Creed Detroit. The Assassin's Creed Chocolate City. They haven't put my game out, but I'm sure we'll get to that.
Is there an Assassin's Creed Detroit coming out? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Chocolate City is the official title that I pitched, but for some reason they just haven't gotten around to me at Activision.
Yeah, they hadn't got around to me either. Mine was called just slavery, and they was like, ma'am, we can't do that. And I was like, well, why not? We had history too. I was assassinated back in the day.
Yeah.
That's true. What happened about Nat Turner? They don't respect that?
No, they don't respect us at all. Because, I was the Underground Railroad before the Underground Railroad. I was out here killing people back in the day and liberating our people, and I don't get my just due.
That's a shame, really. They really need to do us better over at Assassin's Creed. Us black people, it's not a lot of black assassins. I think they had one game, and it wasn't even a full game. It was a DLC called Freedom Cry. They can't even give the black man a whole game. I'm sick of it.
They had the one lady who from the New Orleans one, but it was on the Vita, I think.
Right, they couldn't even.
Don't play Vita.
Right, they can't even put it on a real gaming console like a Xbox or a PlayStation. They put it on a PlayStation Vita. It's only 3 people that own that.
Yeah,
you see how
I
they do
have
us.
One. I'm sorry.
No problem. You see how they do us. They have all this rich black history, and they're like, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna talk about every other history except for ours. Because see, if they get to our history, we did a lot of great things. You see, I was out here killing people. I was killing them.
Me too.
I was killing them.
I killed a whole lot of people.
I was killing them slave owners, because my game was called Slavery. And they was like, you know what, ma'am? We can't do this. This might be a little too racist. But I was like, but slavery happened. You can't deny the truth. I want the truth to be out there.
It's real, man. Yeah, I got
true.
you.
I would have loved. I would have loved to play that. By the way, that sounds like a tremendous game.
It does sound fun. Anime.
Yeah, tell me who's your best kill? Who are you happiest to get rid of?
Well, That's a good question, but
it's so many kills,
right?
It's
I'm going through the history.
They all make it's like pick a favorite kid,
right? It's like I don't know, because when I was killing them real good. Somebody who I wish I would have gotten, but I didn't get a chance to get him. Was the man who killed Martin Luther King. I didn't get a chance to quite get him.
Well, see, that was my time. I wish I got a chance to actually play in your era and kill them people myself. I really didn't have a lot of people. I think my favorite one was this one nigga named Leon that owed me $25. It was a very small mission at the beginning of the game, but
I've heard of him.
We played spades and he reneged and had the nerve to try to keep my money. So I said, no job, sucker, I don't think so.
What was Leon's fortress?
Well, that's the thing. You had to infiltrate. He lived in a liquor store, so you had to infiltrate this. So I put on, my hoodie. Yeah, in the liquor store. He worked in there. It had bars on the window. I don't know if you ever been to Detroit, but it was bars on the window. It had glass.
Not allowed.
A glass pane that you had to get through, that he was behind the cash register. It was it's a pretty involved mission, but I was able to sneak in using my subterfuge and skills to get back there and eliminate Leon and get my $25.
Okay, now you both seem like you're from different worlds or eras. Now, what's your weapon of choice? Anime, what's your weapon of choice? And what was it, Jackson?
Jackson Hennessy.
Jackson Hennessy Brown.
Yes.
The third.
My weapons of choice being, that I'm a woman and I'm a lady, like I like to be kind of quick and stealthy. So I just like something sharp, like a small, sharp knife. Just something I can stab real quick and then turn around, cause back in the day, we were like property. So they looked at me like I was a chair. So they would turn around like, who stabbed me? And I'd be like, I don't know, sir. Master, I have no idea who stabbed you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That definitely works good. And, Jackson, what do you like to use with Leon or?
Now I have to say, I'm so very partial to knives, okay? I love nothing better than sneak up behind a sucker and say, stick yourself, fool, and just get all up in his kidneys. That's a good way to kill him. But, I guess if I had to, I'd say maybe like a midnight, Saturday night special, a small caliber, handgun, you pull that out in a dark alleyway, so prone to careful, you gotta make sure it's clean, but you want to go ahead and, take care of them in a back alleyway, and then, you'll abscond on foot.
If I may, Jackson, your method doesn't seem very assassin-like. Am I wrong?
Calvin, I'm sure you can relate. This is what the white man told me. When I went to Activision, I said Activision, Assassin's Creed, Chocolate City, that's what they was. This doesn't sound very assassin-like to me. I said, well, am I killing people or am I not killing people? Are they getting assassinated or not? I took out many people, and for some reason, my assassin, I guess when you black, the kills just don't count. Am I right, Anime?
Well,
it's 3/5 of a white kill. It's not fair.
Mm-hmm. I would love to apologize, first and foremost. I would love to apologize on
behalf
problem. Of my terrible race.
I've been dealing with this my whole life. These honkies, crackers, and pigs, just always trying to know, but I just go ahead and keep killing anyway.
It just seems like assassins try to be sneaky and quiet. That's the only reason. Like Anime's got the quiet little blade, which makes sense. The handgun is usually a loud weapon.
And I think with me being a woman, we ain't had no shoes, so I was barefooted, so I was actually better than the future stories, because, when you're walking on your feet, your feet are hard and tough, so, they can take a lot of the ground, not like these newfanglers with the shoes and all the clothes and stuff.
Oh yeah, I definitely listen. If I get some blood on my leather, my patent leather, that's quite a night, because I gotta clean that off before I can get back to assassinating, Oh, is that the cops right there?
They coming to get us?
Is that coming to?
What's Dave on us?
That sound like
modern day one. Yeah,
y'all ain't that sound like the pigs.
Yeah. Sorry, we have our own like assassin captors over here.
Oh,
so wait, I want to get back to your get up in the kidneys technique. Mm-hmm. Now, were you taught that in assassin school, or did you go to an assassin school for that? Or
yes. Get up all in them kidneys.
Get all up in them kidneys. I learned that at the in my assassin's training. I don't know if you heard of this place, Rikers Island. That's where I learned
that's
a lot of my training. You learn several ways to kill, and one of the most crucial brutal ways is to get up in them kidneys with a small knife or a shank and go to town on one of these jive suckers.
So what other moves did they teach you?
Oh man, there's so many, it's, I mean, obviously, you could come up behind somebody and kill them with a pair of pants, you take off a pair of pants, you get behind them, now you're choking them to death, and then when it's time to get away, you put the pants back on. It's like, who strangled this man? He must have broke in here and strangled himself. It's plenty of ways, to get away with stuff. Leave some soap on the ground. You go ahead and wash like a shower with soap on the bottom. They hop in the shower, slip, fall, they dead, And
you see, for me, I'm gonna tell you how I learned. I learned how from my grandma. Cause you see, back then, you had to slaughter your pigs and your cows. So they would show us, hey, treat these animals like, people, like imagine them people. So they went through the techniques and they showed us how to cut the veins, how to slice them up, how to put them in the cotton fields so can't nobody really tell there's blood out there, So they showed us really good how to cover our tracks.
Wow. 2 very different schools of training right there.
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah. Seriously.
But are you guys like together? Are you guys an item or something? Or just hanging out?
No, we're not. I mean, we come from 2 different, completely different times and areas of the country. But maybe after this,
I might have to jump to your century.
Hey, if you like killing honkies, okay, I got some honkies over here to be killed. Okay, it's lots of pigs and jive turkeys and all that stuff just walking around, all kinds of peck of woods just waiting to be killed.
I like this. It's like a killing version of the Time Traveler's Wife. This is so cute.
Now, one of the biggest things that you guys are known for, Assassins, is the parkour. Jumping off of buildings, jumping off of walls. Like, are you both highly skilled with that one? Like, that seems like that's one of my favorite. If I was an assassin, that's the first thing I want to learn. How can I be more parkour-like?
I think for me, when it came to that parkour, I ain't really do the parkour, because the parkour isn't on the 2s and the 4s, on the 1s and the 3s. And, it was hard for my people to be off beat. Mm-hmm. So we ain't really do the parkour type of thing.
For me, I prefer getting around the city of Detroit in my Cadillac. So, it wasn't a lot of parkour. Maybe if you want to count, sliding over the hood and jumping into the window, Dukes of Hazzard style, something like that. But in general, I try to, when you're walking around in Stacey Adams, you don't want to be jumping around on roofs and stuff. You can slip off and kill yourself, and I don't want to scuff them too. So I tried my best to just stay within the domain of the car.
Again, I'm just not sure if it qualifies as an assassin. I don't know. I'm just trying to, just from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. That's what white supremacy does. See, it has people believing it's only one way to assassinate. There's plenty of ways to get out here and get in these streets and start assassinating people. I've seen it. I mean, it's happened to Big. It happened to Tupac. It happens all the time, but they don't want to talk about it.
Also, Big and Tupac were assassinated.
Absolutely. I can look at that handiwork and say those brothers was assassinated. That wasn't no regular killing, okay? They still ain't caught the person that did it, did they?
No,
exactly.
So they're not a part of your creed then. They're not a part of
maybe they are. He won't tell us.
I mean, it's called Assassin's Creed, okay? The game is to be sold, not told. So for $60 a person, maybe you can find out who did it, but you're not gonna get it for free.
It's a lot of side missions. I get distracted. There's a lot of treasure chests in the game. Are there a lot of treasure chests laying around Detroit or even anime where you're stationed most of the time? Or
on the plantation?
What are you usually looting and finding where you guys are?
What we be looting and finding, we find stuff like food, that's considered treasure. we
sure,
yeah, because you got to eat and feed the kids and stuff. We actually did our own work, so a lot of our game was fielding the crops and things like that. That might have been one reason why I didn't really sell, because they was like, hey, we can't have people doing actual slave work. But I was like, but I'm a slave, that's all I know how to do. And that we was arguing with Activision and things like that. I actually started an association, National Black Assassin Association, but they killed it before it even started. I actually started this before the MLKs and all that stuff was around. I started a long time ago because I kept saying this is discrimination.
Now see, I could dig that because I could have used that in my lawsuit against Activision. I wish I would have had some organizations to have my back to get my game published, but the fight continues.
Yeah. The NBAA, right? Was the N?
Yeah.
Okay.
That could have been the precursor to NAACP.
Yeah. Do you both wear the the cloak and the hood, or what's your usual assassin outfit like?
Ooh, cloaks and hoods, Brian. Let's not mention that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
More stylish though, assassin. Way more stylish.
It was, well, for me, when I want to blend in, it's, I know it's some paisley, maybe some wide leg, bell bottoms, something like that. Some corduroy, depending on if it's the weekend. But, I know
that's loud. Corduroy is loud.
Yeah, well, and back in my era when it was time to get to killing, a lot of people had the bell bottoms and the corduroy stuff, but, it was a totally different time. So blending in, a hoodie would have definitely made me stay, and,
I got you.
As black people, how they do us when we put on the hoods is all of a sudden I'm a thug, instead of an assassin.
Right. Okay.
And
Anime, do you do the hood or what do you do? Yeah.
Back in my day, this is another problem that I had with Activision. We actually had to make our own cloaks, and so that's why I had a problem with that. They was like, well, y'all already out in the cotton field, just go ahead and make your own cloaks. And I was like, why would I do this? This is almost counterproductive. And the thing about it too is that it was hair discrimination because cotton plucks our hair out.
I feel terrible. I mean, I didn't know about all this. This wasn't taught to me.
I'm starting to see why they may not have published your game for the same reason they didn't publish mine. I see that now.
They might not have, because
too real.
Right, too real, because back in my day silk wasn't around, so we didn't have the silk things that they have today.
Makes sense.
Have you thought about just trying to kill the CEO of Activision then?
Or Ubisoft?
Maybe replace him with someone else.
Isn't it Ubisoft, by the way?
Oh, maybe it's Ubi. Yeah. It's all the same to me.
That's your problem.
All the white companies look the same to me, honestly. But I would absolutely thought about it, but then how would I get my check? That's like working for the Knicks and you kill James Dolan, and I'm sure the Knicks have wanted to do it, but you won't get a check. So I gotta be careful out here,
That's true. That's very true also, yeah.
I like that you're working within the law as you're killing people illegally. That's nice.
He's thinking about it. He's trying to cover his tracks, obviously, which is good.
But, I mean, if you ever played the game,
do you pay taxes?
The government is the real assassin when it comes to these checks. Okay, let me tell you that.
Yeah.
When you look at this,
the Templars, right?
Right. Yeah. You look at how little you get back after a good kill. See, in the game they show you the before the tax, but they don't never have that. When you right, they don't never have the April 15th edition when you got to get taxed for that because all our work is freelance. You see, so this is not
a murder tax.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, to the highest extent. It's thrifty living out here on assassin's check.
And see, I guess I was cheated because I don't know nothing about no money.
Oh, you didn't even get paid.
I know nothing about. I was like, what is this money thing y'all talking about?
Just like niggas to not even pay a black woman. This is a shame.
So for the $25 you got for killing Leon in that game, how much did you take home from that $25?
Probably about $350.
Oh man,
because you got to consider the expenses. Because you got they don't pay for expenses, so I got to go and buy some liquor in order to blend in with the customers. Not to mention my corduroy slacks that I had bought. That's another. The prices was much cheaper then, but still, that's just another expense that's coming out of my pocket in order to do this killing.
And I think for me, the way my game went was they was like, are you breathing? If you're breathing, you won the game.
I can see that.
Okay. Yeah.
I bet them white assassins got their expenses paid for. I bet
they did.
Ignacio Vittori and all them people, them type of assassins, I'm sure they was getting all kinds of money from the man.
You know Cassandra and all them was out there doing it big.
Mm-hmm. When it comes time to pay black people, they just be like, do me a solid and kill this white man.
They got like the village accountant probably working for them, so so when they get like a $20,000 contract, right away they know what they're going to take home from that. I would imagine they're already told. But you guys are just out there flipping it.
They had this is the last straw for me, brother, was this. They had a damn Assassin's Creed game where the man wasn't even an assassin. He was a pirate. He was just out here pirating around. Yeah. He not even in the creed. I'm out here killing all these people in Detroit. And this man got to go on a seafaring adventure for $60 a person. I don't understand what's going on.
Hold on. Are you definitely in a creed, Jackson? Or is it
absolutely. I'm in the Assassin's Creed. I go all the way back. Okay. Apollo Creed, like I'm all the way back with the Assassins.
And you see me.
I just want to make sure you weren't just doing this for fun, but you're actually in the creed. Initiation, all that stuff, right? Ceremony. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, all right.
See me, I had a problem.
No, please go ahead.
With the pirate, because I was bought on the ship, so I was like, no ship action for me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
I was like, how dare you go back on the boat again?
What's the cargo in them ships? Slaves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's probably they gave him a game. He just had a boat, so they're like, you can get a game.
Mm-hmm. And then later they make you pay $15 more for DLC, and then you get to play as a black man that's actually concerned about the cargo and the slaves in the ships. So the whole time the white man been on a seafaring adventure, just having fun, having a time, and the black people been in the bottom of the ship. That's what they been the whole game.
I think I know that brother.
You might, okay. Yeah. He killed a whole lot of masters.
If this helps, I felt very good freeing everybody. Mm-hmm. I did feel good deep down.
I didn't feel worried if you didn't feel good.
I played that game, by the way. I've never finished the game because I just kept killing all the side missions. So it's like free these slaves. I said, you know what? The mission can wait, and I just go back and kill some slaves, and then I wait for the slave factory to just repopulate. And when the plantation, then I just kill some more masters, free the slaves.
Kill the masters, right?
Yeah, I put hundreds of hours into this game, but I don't know how anybody can complete it. Honestly, it's too
a lot.
Too rich to just kill these honkies. Okay, I can't help myself.
Can you both do the swan dive off the building into the bale of hay or into the water? Like that seems scary, first of all. But are you scared of heights, or are you guys comfortable doing the swan dive off the building?
Well, I don't do heights. I like to be as close to the ground as possible, because when we get off the ground, we're looking down. It's never a good look.
I hear you. Okay. I hear you.
Because normally we hanging from something.
Mm-hmm. I'm picking up what you putting down, sis. For me, it's not that many tall buildings in Detroit, first of all, but if you ever been, it's no hay. So, I've never really did a dive off a building just cause I'm not about to twist my ankle in my gaiters, trying to get away. I prefer dark alleys, liquor stores, things like this, brothels, places close to the ground with, easy escape access.
I feel like the equivalent would be like an alley with like a bunch of garbage bags or a dumpster, but that doesn't seem fun.
Not in this leather. Never.
The hay seems scary too. Like, what if someone put something hard in that hay and you're jumping off an 80-story building? I wouldn't trust it myself either.
I didn't have treasure chests in my games. I was mostly just, pilfering dresser drawers and, you might find something under somebody's bed or something like that in the shoebox. It was a little bit different in my game. So
glove compartments.
Right. Yeah, so you're not going, radios, I won't take that out of a car. You're not going to find a lot of, hay and stuff, to be jumping into. So I had to hide in different places.
So I want to ask, have you ever gotten to talk to Ezio, like the main guy, technically speaking? And what's he like?
First of all, he smells like mozzarella. That you can't pick it up unless you see it like in real person. Like in the game they can't smell him. But he was all right. Just like typical pig, typical honky. he was he was questioning my assassin, like how many people did you kill? Are you sure you're assassin? You don't like jumping in hay, all these questions. And I said, listen, Peckerwood, just cause they did it different back in your day, why don't you sit yourself down with a slice of deep dish pizza and leave the killing to me, okay? Mm-hmm.
Right, because we're from different eras. See, back in my day, he looked like all the other white people to me. They all blended together. So when he probably did come, but I ran, and he was probably telling me, "Hey, you're part of the creed," and I was like, "I don't know you, white man."
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one part everybody always forgets about the Assassin's Creed games is like the main story of the Animus, that like mind memory thing. Like, are you guys part of that? Yeah, tell us about that.
As I like to call it, appropriation. Okay, because you gonna tell me a white man is supposed to hop in my body and make the right decisions in 1970s Detroit. That's what you want me to believe. Okay, this white man is inhabiting me and he gonna make the same decisions. Okay, he probably will try to jump off a roof into some hay like a dummy and break my leg. So I was never a fan of that whole, man. I kind of prefer to stick to myself.
And agreed, because I knew how to cook and, how to do the hog mogs and the pig feet and things like that. And all of a sudden when I come back and they was like, you forgot all the recipes. I was like, how did I forget all the recipes?
He ain't gonna season it right. He ain't gonna put no hot sauce on there.
He gonna put salt and pepper to taste and they're gonna be like, what?
I never thought about that. Yeah, it always brought the game to a grinding halt when all of a sudden you go back to Desmond and then, in the Animus. But yeah, okay, wow.
Not a fan of him.
Do you still actively train every day? I feel like once you become an assassin, your skills are so high anyway. Do you still actively do things during the day or at night to, keep yourself fresh and aware of everything?
I do. I actually, go out running in the forest all the time, just a reminder where I came from. Sometimes they let the dogs loose and sick the dogs after me. So I, get accustomed to that running under pressure.
Yeah, and I definitely still do. I like to climb to the top of a tall building and then just like survey my surroundings and then I remember it and then it adds to my knowledge of the general area. Now, these days I try to take elevators, I'm gonna take advantage of the technology. I'm not climbing the side of a building like a damn gorilla, but I will go up there and, take a look around and just, acclimate myself to the areas. Pretty much the first thing I do when I arrive in a new area.
And see, for
me,
you
just go to the highest point, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, and then
you sound like a cat.
Yeah, and then I take an elevator down, because I'm not jumping off of that. That's crazy. But that's how I do it.
And see, for me, how I remember is like I mark the trees as I go around to let me know, certain areas I've been in the past. That's kind of how I remember things.
Very different. Now, does the Creed handbook get updated because you guys are both assassins, but you do things very differently? Does a book get updated, like the handbook, I guess, or just add to it? I would assume.
I get updated by hymns and songs. Most of us couldn't read, so we learned the Assassin's Creed by songs. And as you sang the song, you kind of told everybody what directions to go and what moves to make.
And I pay attention to that stuff. You got to stay up on the new latest innovations on how to be killing people because you never know what they're gonna change from game to game. They changed the whole controls for the last game. I said, I don't know how to do this. Where is my Saturday night special button? I need to learn how to shoot somebody. I don't know how to hold a spear. Like, that's kind of racist.
Right. I'm just trying to parry this guy. I'm just trying to parry his attack, right?
It's too much.
Anime, I really want to ask, can you sing us one of these assassins? I really want to know.
Because we was back in the slavery, we was kind of before the wade in the water, so we'd be like, you're running, and what do you see? A tree right the direction that you went. And the thing is, for me, it was everybody's song was a little different, because it was regional, so it depend on what you were doing, because we also share things. So like if you was over somewhere and y'all actually had chickens, you were like, chickens, we got them chickens, come over here. We got the chicken. You know, and if you did, you know, so that's kind of how you kind of mapped it out by these are the people that got the chicken. These are the people that got the cows, you know, and that's kind of, and periodically we all get together and kind of exchange songs.
So it's like a customized spiritual. I love it.
I like that.
It's very nice. We got them chickens. We got them chickens.
So everybody know what region you're from. See, we didn't have maps and couldn't read, so how else were we supposed to know how the layout of the land was?
The chickens, you got you know how to cook the hog maws. You sound like a brick house over there.
Yeah, the pig feet, like that, like they said, we used to cook everything from the rooter to the tutor.
Jackson, what are some of the new methods you said like that are coming out? So, you got your Saturday night special. Is there anything new that you're gonna try soon or you've been working on?
Well, you know, I've been working on, I mean, you never stop assassinating. You know, that's what I always say. You know, assassins gonna assassin, you know. Well, you know, I've tried things, you know, like, hitting somebody with my Cadillac. You know, I find that to be a good one, you know. You catch a jive sucker coming out of a pawn shop or something like that, you know. Sometimes I, you know, go take somebody down a dark alley, you know, slam them up against a wall, you know, and, you know, while my Curtis Mayfield music plays in the background and just, you know, slap them up a bit, you know. You don't have to assassinate everybody, you know. Some people you just want to rough up a little bit and, you know, tell them to, you know, maybe get off the corner pushing them drugs, you know. We don't need that in this community. So it just depends on the day, really. But I, you know, you never stop trying. You never stop learning, you know. That's what I always say. Once you stop learning, you're basically dead.
All very effective techniques. All very effective.
Yeah. I like that. So you're really involved in the community, helping them grow.
Oh, absolutely. Like you know, that's what you know, the main villain of, Assassin's Creed Chocolate City is the man. You know, and so you gotta keep the man out of the community. You know, they always trying to push the drugs. You know, maybe you go on the corner and you talk to the pimps and you tell them, hey, get out of here peddling, you know, your death peddlers, you know. You find the drug dealers, you say, hey, get off of these corners and get your ass into school. It's time for you to learn, boy. You know, that's the kind of, you know, community, assassination activism that I like to do, you know.
Applause. That's great. I love it.
Seriously.
That's really nice.
You gotta give back. That's what I always say.
Anime, is there anything in your neighborhood or your area that you're trying to do to give back at all?
Yeah, how do you give back to the plantation? Anime.
I give
down maybe.
That's how I give back to the plantation. We give back to the plantation by burning that bitch down. That's how we give back to the plantation. Cause our thing is we literally want everybody. The only problem that we have, and I had a complaint about this, is that even the non-playable characters kind of follow the rules. So a lot of times you end up having to kill some of the non-playable characters because they actually want to kind of be too real for the game. I was like, nah, you a non-playable character. How are you racist too?
It's all by us. Just gonna happen. It's okay. Wow. One of my favorite weapons of the games, I don't know if you guys have those, are the sleeping darts where you just gotta across the room and someone just kind of falls asleep. You get in the back of the neck. Do you guys use those too? Those are pretty fun.
I tried to use them honestly, but I don't have the patience. In the game, you know, they just fall right asleep, you know, and they stay asleep for as long as the mission needs to take. But in real life, if you ever hit somebody with a sleeping dart, I mean, it can take a while. I gotta wait 30 minutes for them to start nodding off. It's much easier to just sneak up behind them, get all up in them kidneys, and just call it a day, you know?
That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
And you know, for me, since we did all the cooking and all that stuff, you know, we were actually real good at the poisoning part. So, you know, for us, we would take the darts and because of and stuff, you could actually just braid it in your hair and you know, and you would like slide it out and just prick them. And they never see it coming because, you know, we were property, so nobody ever thinks the bear's gonna attack you.
That's smart. I like the way you think, Anime.
I hope you two can get together and just kind of hang and maybe talk Creed stuff or whatever. Maybe learn some moves from each other and find some other. Do you guys still talk to other assassins like around the world or?
I do. I talk to some of them. I talked to the brother from Cry Freedom, you know, and there's several other black assassins. We have like our own like black assassins chat, you know, we'll just hop in the group text and you know be like, oh, you see this shit that NZO did, man, you know, like you know, we talk about, you know, we have a list of people who we like would like to assassinate today. You know, we talk about like, oh, how I would kill this motherfucker right here, you know, so that's, you know, we keep up.
For us, it's, you know, it's a little harder, you know, because of the time we don't have like the technology and stuff, you know, that y'all have. So, you know, for us, it's a little bit more difficult. You actually have to walk by foot, and so by the time you get there, you might not make it. So, you know, once you kind of leave our little area, that it's a wrap for us.
Yeah, I guess, or maybe you just change your mind if you're walking for a couple of days. You just want to turn around and go home at that point.
Yeah,
that happened to a lot of us.
Now, Jax, he said it's mostly black assassins. There's always like one cool white guy in a group of black people. Yeah, is there one like cool white assassin that you guys kind of chill with, or is he the craziest one?
I mean, if we could invite one white assassin to the cookout, as they say, TM, right, we would probably invite the pirate assassin. You know, he wasn't really an assassin, but he had his own boat and he got drunk and he seemed like a fun, chill guy to hang out with, you know, and then of course he was friends with the black man from Freedom Cry that killed all the masses. So, you know, he's an ally, as we like to call him, but you know, the rest of them honkies can suck my dick, you know.
They know where to find the rum, that guy. Yeah. He knows, all right.
For us, we would probably have one. And that's because, you know, around our time, we didn't have no rights. So we really couldn't go out. So we would have to have somebody kind of represent to speak on our behalf. And we would probably pick Cassandra and be like, hey, these are the things we want. But we didn't really trust her cause, you know, we didn't know if she was going to go out there and advocate on our behalf or leave us behind.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you. It's hard to trust people when you're an assassin.
That sounds like your era's version of a Becky. I get it. You can't trust them.
Miss it.
We gotta go soon. You guys want to play a quick game with us before we go?
Absolutely, man. And also, can I just before we go, I just want to send out one note. Ubisoft, if you're listening, please publish my game, okay? The people want to play Assassin's Creed Chocolate City. It's a fun game. The last time I pitched this and every time before that, they told me it's too racist. Like, so you got a game, you go around killing pimps, the drug peddlers, the smut peddlers in the hood, and it's too, you know, you can't have a game killing all these black people to get to the man and all this. Listen.
Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly. Right? If they can come out with Grand Theft Auto, Mafia, or many other games, if they can come out with these games, I don't see why it's too racist to be able to play as your boy Jackson Hennessy Brown III. I don't understand what's racist about, you know, Chocolate City. I think equality in everything. We need our own diversity, and I don't feel like we're getting that at Ubisoft.
There's nothing I want to play more.
Yeah, and
Assassin's Creed Chocolate City.
And not to take I would play through Assassin's Creed Slavery as well. Yep. So I would love to play as Anime and, you know, kill some masses and liberate my peoples. You know, that's a dream of mine as well. So, Ubisoft, come on now, stop skipping over us. I can only be a white man so many times.
I mean, if if you have a game where they go around killing people on meth and Far Cry, why can't I go around killing slave owners?
Right. That's what they told me. They said it's too much drug use. I say, how you played Far Cry, okay? I'm just talking about some Mary Jane, okay? I smoke a little weed from time, maybe dip it in angel dust, but I just smoked that a little bit before my assassinations, but they got entire franchises of white people doing drugs, and I can't get my game published. It's really a travesty.
Do you have like the logo so people know you're an assassin? You're not just like some person
absolutely.
Killing people.
Absolutely,
and people know. So that's very different.
And then I also, when I do it, I make sure to say like a cool catchphrase, you know, to let people know it's an assassinate. Like, see you on the flip side, jive turkey, you know, and then people know.
That's a very good one. It's a very good one. Yeah.
Brian, I think I'm starting to agree with you. I don't know how much assassinating or self-assassinating you're doing. I'm a bit concerned.
You know, I just do it with a little different flavor. You know, that's all. Don't try dipping up in my Kool-Aid, son. Okay, I thought we had some special, Calvin. I thought, you know, you would understand.
Fair enough. I don't need to pan strangle today, so I'll leave it alone.
Right. But you see what I'm saying though, right? Like it's
yeah. We'll talk after.
Yeah, he's a loud assassin. It's pretty You guys have been amazing. Hey, let's play a quick game of Wed, Bed, Dead, everybody. So we're gonna give you 3 video game characters. You're gonna tell us who you want to wed, who you want to bed, and who you want dead. All right. So his first one is he's actually in Smash Brothers. He's originally from Metroid. I'll show you a picture here. Ridley the Dragon.
Oh.
When he was in Smash, people went crazy. He's not the final boss, but he's in, cause that's Mother Brain, right? But he's in the original Metroid as a big old dragon, and he came back in Super Smash Bros. A big purple dragon, evil, bony looking dude. He spits fire, of course, so if that's your thing, keep that in mind. Alright? This next one is, we had him on the podcast once, from, the Castlevania series. His Dracula's son, Alucard.
Yes.
Yeah. Calvin, what can you explain about Alucard?
He's a blonde, half vampire, half human.
There you go.
He's very pale, so sorry, Assassin's Creed Just Slavery, it's gonna be rough. And, he has a sword and magic. Brian, you like magic.
I do. He's a little, he's got that vampire, like, he's very, like, what's the word?
He's emo without being Twilight.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right, so Alucard, he's and is also in the Castlevania show, right?
Yeah.
So, and this next one, she just had a game just came out, a remake. Yeah, Jill Valentine from the Resident Evil, badass cop who kills zombies, right? She uses a gun. What else is that all? I think that's all they use is guns in Resident Evil. Is that right?
She probably uses a Saturday night special.
She has a knife.
A Saturday night special, yeah, and she will get up in them kidneys too.
Yeah,
she has a knife.
Definitely a badass. So whoever wants to go first, we got Ridley, Alucard, and Jill Valentine. So Jackson or Allie Mae. What was it? Allie Mae. Anime.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
Ryan, you're gonna die next. You're on the list now.
I'm so sorry. Who wants to go first here?
You want me to go first?
You can go first, sis.
I go first. I would, the dragon, I would, wed. And the reason why I would wed him is because I get cold feet. And, you know, him being a dragon and all could breathe that fire and keep me warm.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
And, Alucard, he would be dead because he's a white man.
That's fair.
And so I would bed Jill.
Yeah.
Really?
Just do a little something different.
Sure. There's not much of that in your era, so why not? Try it out.
Yeah.
Jackson, what do you got here, pal?
Well, this is a tough one. I just gotta say that up front.
Yeah.
All 3 of these could have been in any category. I think I would bed, Alucard. Cause, that's a sexy androgynous motherfucker, okay? You know, stone cold brick house is what I would say. I don't know if y'all watched that new Castlevania, but he was about to go double time on a couple of siblings, you know, at the end of that.
I remember that episode, yeah.
It got pretty freaky, you know? So absolutely.
Yes, it did. I remember exactly what you're talking about.
I couldn't believe myself.
They love fucking vampires.
They do. So you gotta, and he got some powers and stuff that absolutely, you know, I cheer that somber motherfucker up.
Yeah, man.
Then I would probably, wed Jill Valentine because she knows her way around a gun, you know. If she, you know, maybe she go with a handgun, I could finally switch over to my double barrel shotgun I like to use for some of my assassins as well. You know, start off
very loud.
Yeah.
Very loud weapon.
What, like I said, I don't know what kind of people they killing in these games, but typically when you kill a motherfucker real loud, that's how you get away, because you know you don't even have to break stride. You know, I don't like running. You know, you sweat up your leather, and it's, you know, you ever try running in some corduroy slacks? I mean, you'd like to start a brush fire. You know, all that friction. You know, they can hear you running. It's too much. Anyway, and then of course I guess I would kill the dragon. You know, nothing personal to the dragon. You know, it's just I'm not partial to dragons in general. Too big to live with, to be honest. You know, like I live in a very modest, you know, 1-bedroom loft. I can't fit a dragon in there on the assassin's salary. You know, I don't get paid that much, so that's probably what I would go with.
How would you end Ridley's life? How would you assassinate him? What would you do?
Oh man, so many ways to kill a dragon. I guess you know, I think what I would do is I would get in one of them pirate ships, and I would wait in a cove around like a corner, and then when like, you know, the Khaleesi or somebody was like flying him around the corner, I'd pop out like Game of Thrones and be like, bow, haha, you didn't see that shit coming, did you? You know, take him out that way
with some cannonballs, right?
Yeah, you know, some spears or something.
Ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Piss off. I would piss off all the fans. That's what I would do.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. All right, here are my choices here. It is tricky, this one. This is definitely tough. I think I want to bed Jill Valentine. Shower first though, because she's covered in zombie guts and brains. Mm-hmm. So I want to be like, look, you look good when you clean, lady. I don't want to ruin my sheets. Or the backseat of my car, you know what I mean? Like, just take a shower.
Backseat of your car.
Yeah,
take a shower. I'm too big for her.
I wouldn't even let her get in my Cadillac with zombie guts. It's like, I don't think
she's
so.
Gross. Yeah, she cleans up good, but it's a little gross. So I'll bed Jill for one night. But this is tricky here, this one. So you got Alucard, who is he immortal? He's immortal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what he could do is bite me. I become immortal then. So that's tempting. But also, having a dragon around, no one's gonna fuck with me anymore. I got a dragon laying around. But Jackson said something interesting where it's like, he's too big to just like, we gotta live outside somewhere. You know what I mean? And I don't think that would be that great here in New York, living outside. We have to move somewhere else. So, I think I'm gonna have to dead Ridley on this one. I think. Don't know how, because he's a big ass dragon. But I'll wed Alucard because, again, he's got a little bit of that. He's got a lot of money. He's got a castle, for one thing. Yeah. He's got daddy issues, clearly, which sucks. And his dad ain't going anywhere because his dad's immortal, too. Yeah. But if we could just have our own little castle off in the distance, it might be kind of fun. So we'll see what happens.
I do wonder this, though. If Alucard, if he bites you, do you become a daywalker, or do you just become a regular can't come out in the sunshine vampire?
That's a good
question.
I hate the sun anyway, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
You know, the freaks come out at night. That's what we say in Chocolate City. You know, the freaks come out at night anyway.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out, huh?
Yeah. Asking the prenup.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty easy. I would kill Ridley. Dead. Because you make a good point. He's too big. It's unsafe. The fire keeping me warm, smart, but I don't know if you can angle it properly.
You can fly around the city on a dragon.
I don't need to fly.
All right.
The ground is good enough for me. I don't need to be in the air. I don't need to jump. That's not my thing. I'm good. Ground based. Now the hard part, you do make a good point. I think I would marry Alucard. The castle's nice.
Yeah.
He can teleport. I'm late to things. It's helpful. It's Alucard.
He's very gloomy though.
Listen, I'll cheer him up. Listen, we can, we'll play Uno. We'll work it out. I can make him. He's got a lot of time on his hands.
It's true.
We'll play Uno. He'll learn Spanish. It's going to be great. Listen, don't knock our life together in this castle. Alucard and I are going to make it work.
Good luck.
And then, I guess I'd bet Jill Valentine. I think it'd be interesting. She's probably getting to know some moves.
I cannot believe you're not fucking the beautiful vampire man, but you're fucking.
I'm wedding him. We're gonna have a wonderful life together.
Can't believe you.
We're gonna have a wonderful life, doing whatever he does. I'll comb his hair. It's gonna be like a fucking 2000s R&B video. It's gonna be great. I have a lot of plans.
All right. And Joe's okay with this night? You think?
I think Jill will be fine with it. I think Jill and I will understand. We'll come to understand. We'll understand this is one night of passion, more passion for her than for me, and it'll be great.
Right. All right.
Give her a break.
Wow. I mean, the first time we had 2 assassins on the show. We've never had any. Now we have 2. This Jackson Hennessy Brown III and Anime. Yeah. Thank you both so much. This has been amazing to have you.
And we're going to lobby Ubisoft and Activision, and hell, let's lobby Blizzard. Let's get this game out somehow.
Electronic Arts, all of it. Listen, somebody publish the games. Okay, we want to play the games. You know, and hopefully, after this, maybe we could get both games published.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Everybody else, thank you. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Today's playable characters are portrayed by Rod and Karen Morrow, who are the hosts of the hilarious Black Guy Who Tips podcast. Please check that podcast out and also check out their other podcast, Spoiled Movie Reviews.